what's up? This is SpiderPrime1 back again with another Transformers video review. This time I'm looking at the third wave of Revenge of the Fallen Legends. This wave is consisting of Grindor, the Fallen, Enforcer Ironhide, and Mudflap. I'll be looking at each one of these in turn, and as always, we start with the Decepticons. Okay, we're going to look at Grindor first. Grindor is a repaint. This is the third repaint of this mold. He's a repaint of the first movie Blackout, who had two paint schemes of his own. So, but out of the three, this is the best looking, just because I love all the digital camo that's on here. I'm not a big fan of the real digital camo, like the ones that like real U.S. Army soldiers wear. I think that looks really retarded. Why would you want to look pixelated if you're trying to hide? But it pulls off really good here. I like this. To transform him, first what I do, the instructions say to, well, you do the same thing anyways. You split the rotors like this. The instructions say to go all the way like that, so that they're completely over each other. I don't do that, because then it just swings around. If you want to make it look movie accurate, you want to position it just like this, so that there's enough room for that to come up without hitting the rotors. Just like that. Okay? And then you want to pull on the leg out up here, and then twist it. Same over here, pull, twist, and then just separate the arms, fold them down, and there's Grindor in robot mode. I like him. He's a really cool robot mode. Even though his hands are molded into the helicopter cockpit. But he does have the shooter from the vehicle mode. So he has a blaster on this arm. And then I don't really know what the nub is for on the real helicopter, so in robot mode I just pretend that's like a grenade launcher. So if you have an imagination kind of like that, he doesn't need hands, he's got weapons. And then I like the head sculpt. The head sculpt is really cool. I know I can't capture it really good on this camera, but it looks really cool the way that they mocked it up. So yeah, that's Grindor. Next is the big bad himself, the Fallen. He is a Cybertronian destroyer. Just as Megatron in the first one was a Cybertronian jet, this is, I guess, the souped up version, so they called it the Destroyer. Not to be confused with a Star Destroyer. They look nothing alike. To transform him, you want to fold the nose cone down, flip the legs around, spread the arms, and then raise his head up. And there you have the Fallen. He looks cool, but he doesn't have much in the ways of articulation. He's got the ball joint in the shoulder, but the arms look really goofy, considering how his hands are flat, and he's got the connector piece from vehicle mode hanging off his shoulder. The head can swivel up and down, so he can nod. Legs on a ball joint. I think he's one of the only legends to have ankles. And if you move the nose cone down a little bit, he gets waist movement. So he's pretty good. Next up is Ironhide. He is a G1 repaint, but in the movie version. The robot hands stick out a little bit out of the cab, but it's not that noticeable. He doesn't have much in paint apps other than the bronze on the window and the Autobot logo on the hood. But other than that, he's pretty cool. To transform him, you want to bring this up, spread apart, flip his head up, spin the arm, bring it down, spin the arm, bring it down, and then spread the legs. Very menacing looking robot mode, very powerful. It's too bad he doesn't have shoulder movement, he only has elbows. So sticking his arm forward is not an option. But the laser cannons that they put on him look really cool. I just wish they would put some paint apps on the guns so that they could distinguish them from his arm. But they didn't, so that's that. And then the last one is Mudflap. He is the Chevy Trax concept mode. It's a very nice, compact little car. I would call it the chibi version of his vehicle mode. And one of the things they hardly do on the Legends is they colored in the Chevy logo. So, a little bonus there. And then he's got an Autobot symbol on the back window. To transform him, it's kind of like Ironhide, but a little bit different. You know, split him in half and bring the legs down. I'll split the legs. And then grab back here and split the arms. And as you split the arms, it'll kind of halfway push the head up. And then you just fold out one arm and fold out the other. And there you have Revenge of the Fallen Mudflap. I don't know why they did this, but it's in the movie, so they did it for the toys. One arm is ridiculously huger or bigger than the other arm. I don't know why they did that. I think it's a really stupid design choice, but they wanted to make it movie accurate. But then again, I don't know why they did it in the movie. It served no purpose. But he looks really cool. He has some trouble standing, just because the little heel spurs for him aren't as big as his toes. So he has a few balance issues. But other than that, he's pretty cool. If you were to get one of these four, I'd say either go for Ironhide or the Fallen. The Grindor is pretty cool, but if by now you already have a blackout version, just stick with that. And then only get Mudflap if you want to get Skids too, or if you're a fan of the character. But this was a pretty cool set. Alright, I'm Spider Prime 1. This has been another Transformer video review. But until next time, I'm signing off.